guys, my name is Janie Capri and welcome to my channel. And here is a list of 6 things you need to do before you graduate from high school. So first, if you're planning on pursuing any sort of secondary education. What? First, if you're planning on pursuing education after high school, college, trade school, whatever, you should not have to pay for that, first off. It's expensive and it's dumb, but you know, that's how life is. You should apply for scholarships. I really only had success from local scholarship offers, I guess is what you call them. My high school had a specific counselor that just dealt with scholarships. And so you would go to your counselor and say, hey, what kind of local scholarship opportunities do you have? And because it's local, the pool is a lot smaller, which means the competition is smaller, and you're more likely to get it. So I was able to get a scholarship because of that. When you're applying for scholarships, make sure you start early. So not your senior year of high school. Like if you are, obviously start now, get those applications in, like do it. But there are plenty of scholarships out there that are for people who aren't seniors, so junior, sophomore, freshman. And if you start then and you start compiling your list of scholarships and your applications, then you're much more likely to get a pretty big sum to help pay for college. So with that, when you're starting high school, make sure to make a goal of however many scholarships that you'd want to apply to within the year, whether you want to apply to a scholarship once a week and have that kind of be a personal assignment once a month, whatever fits your schedule. So that would be my number 1 tip. So my second tip would be to take hard classes. And I remember when I was first starting junior high and high school, I thought they would be the scariest things on the planet, and that the workload would be so hard and the teachers would be scary. For a while that fear did keep me from really fulfilling the potential that I had when it came to those kind of classes. But with encouragement from my friends and family, I finally had the guts to start taking honors, AP, and CE classes. And oh my gosh, it has helped me so much. You guys, you have no idea. When it comes to honors classes, like there's a lot of different reasons why you should be taking these classes. First thing off the top of my head is if you're taking CE and AP classes, they get you college credit. So for the most part, those classes are transferable to your college and they're like a million times cheaper. I think most of my CE courses, like at most, would cost like $50. Well, when you go to college, that same course would be over $1,000. If you have an idea of what you're going into and what college you're going to be going to, look up the entire course list that your major requires and see which of those courses your high school offers. And that way you're able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, because you're having courses for high school and for college. And then the next reason to take harder classes or whatever, whether that's honors, AP, whatever, is you just tend to have a better experience in those classes because the students there have a different vibe. They want to be there. If you're in a group projects, you're much more likely to be in a group that actually puts forth effort and you're not having to do it entirely yourself. Obviously group projects still suck, but you know, what can you do? On top of that, I think the teachers have more passion when teaching those courses because they know the students actually want to learn and are there because they're choosing to and not because the school is making them. I don't know. I just had a better experience taking the harder classes in high school, and the thing is, they actually weren't that hard. When comparing the different courses, like if I were to take honors English or regular English or whatever, they were exactly the same. Like obviously it's going to vary from teacher to teacher and school to school, but they really weren't that much harder. The third thing you need to do before you graduate from high school is to be an intern. I was able to intern at a school for the deaf, and it was so much fun and I learned so much, and it really helped me understand what exactly I wanted to do and helped me pursue that, understand exactly what the obligations were for the career that I wanted to choose, and like it put me in the direction of where I'm going to college now. But say you're really passionate about being a florist or something like that, and you go and do an internship for it and then you realize you hate it, It's gonna save you so much time and effort. If you were to go to a trade school and start spending money on that kind of an education, then you realize you really don't like it. It could go for cosmetology, it could go for teaching, just like whatever thing you want to go for. Do an internship for it before you start spending money in higher education. Number 4 would be to go on dates. I think dating has become this big, scary cloud that looms over all of us, and I feel like depending on like your background and where you're going to high school and what kind of parents you have, there's just a lot of stress surrounding that, and I think it will put you ahead more to start dating in high school so you get an idea of what a good relationship is and what a bad relationship is and how to break off a relationship. Like it's a test run for after you graduate high school, so you know kind of what you're doing when you get out into the real world. I think the more practice you get, the less heartache you're gonna have to deal with later in life. Number 5 is to get a job. I did have a job my junior year of high school, and I think it was really good for me. You don't have to have a job that's a huge time commitment, just a couple hours after school or before school or whatever works with your schedule. Not only to get work experience of what it's like to be in the real world and have a job, but also to practice finances and budgeting. I think finances are such like a taboo subject and nobody talks about it. I think that's overall damaging for people because, like, in reality, a lot of people just don't know how to handle money and finances. I think it's because a lot of people haven't had practice with it. So when you have consistent income coming in and you're just blowing it all and you're not really saving it, that's not good practice for when you are out of high school and have an apartment and roommates and all these financial obligations like utilities or insurance or car payment, and you need to practice that when you're in high school, when you have a safety net, when you don't necessarily have all of these big expenses. Get a job, practice budgeting, you'll thank me later. And number 6 is to participate in school traditions. You only get to experience high school once, and I think a lot of us do get caught up in the academics of everything that's going on, and I think it's really important to slow down and participate in school traditions and clubs and the social aspect. Obviously not let it overwhelm you because academics are the reason why you're in high school, but being able to experience those traditions, just making those memories with those people, they're going to be so meaningful to you later in life. So participate in school traditions, go and join clubs, find interests, meet new people, and socialize, go to parties, have fun. I loved my high school experience, and I think it was because I did this list of things that made it so enjoyable and made me really feel like I was preparing for the future. Okay, so that's it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.